Hey guys, I'm Tara and welcome back to Reviewniforms. Yay! Thanks for joining me again. We're here. I rant, rave, review, and react to uniforms from all time periods from all over the world because I'm what? Uniform obsessed. Yes, I'm obsessed. I own a uniform manufacturing company, have for over 25 years, and I could talk about uniforms every day, all day. If you want to hear what I have to say about some cool uniforms or some not so cool uniforms, then keep on watching.
But it's all different now. The old troop is in the city. The best friends from camp days are a memory. This is a new place and a new troop.
All right, so this is the Girl Scouts. This is obviously a retro video, which I love a retro video. Y'all know this, where they're showing a story of a little girl who is joining a new Girl Scout troop. So let's take a look at their uniform. This is one of the cutest little things ever. First of all, this is so nostalgic to me because I wanted to be a Girl Scout so bad. But like, you can't do everything. I was involved in just so many other activities, so I couldn't be a Girl Scout. But man, did I want those badges. Did I want to be a part of this group so bad. I've also been the new girl in school several times, so I know this girl's feeling. But back to the uniform. I digress. So the beret is absolutely adorable. You know I usually don't love hats, but this looks really cute on little girls. And I like the way they're all wearing it, like with their bangs sticking out. Oh, so the Girl Scout dress, it looks like it was kind of a grayish green here, probably made to look of the time after some type of military uniform. They've got the big yellow bow, and a big bow is just such a cute thing on a little girl. So I absolutely love how they've got the bow, and of course the sash, the all-important Girl Scout sash. This is where you show all of your badges that you get for your achievements, etc. So let's see some more. I want to know the saga of this little girl.
At times like this, you're sure you must look as different as you feel.
You march right up and you show them what you got and you join this group. She's gonna do it, I feel it. Come on, Pat.
Those silent moments filled with 100 unspoken questions.
Look at the girl in the glasses. She's like, I wonder what she's doing here. I got my eye on you, glasses. I got my eye on you with your swoop bangs. You better be nice to her.
Will they like me? Will they laugh at the space in my teeth?
Will they laugh at the space in my teeth? First of all, I'm glad they aren't showing it. Like, we don't need any trolls out here laughing at this sweet little redheaded girl. But I think it's so cute how she's like, will they like me?
Is she one of those smart ones?
Is she one of those smart ones? What a thing to say back in the 50s. So what would be the opposite of that? Is she one of those pretty ones or smart ones? Is she one of those dumb ones or smart ones? I wonder what she was getting at, but something about the way she said that, I didn't like it.
But someone in the Gypsy Patrol has noticed something about Pat. The outdoor cook badge.
Oh yeah, okay, so now that you've seen Pat's badges, you want her in part of the group. It's the most important part of the Girl Scout uniform. That's the reason to do Girl Scouts, is to just have your sash covered in achievement badges. So what they get is achievement badges for all kinds of activities. It looks like Pat has got one here for reading or literature, directions or tracking or pathfinding. Outdoor cooking is the one that they are very much concerned with. The one on the top left is most certainly that she has captained a magic carpet. I'm much more impressed with that badge than I am with the outdoor cooking, but I can see that these girls have got their eyes on her and they're like, now we want you part of our team. I see how y'all are.
Just what they're working toward now. If only this new girl could be in their patrol.
Now you want her. Now you want Pat. Well, we'll see if Pat wants you. Yay, they've accepted Pat into the crew. I mean, she's got all the accolades. She's got street cred. She drives a magic carpet. She knows how to cook. Pat's gonna make a great wife one day. You ought to learn.
The uniform. Is it just a reminder of old friends in familiar places, or could it be a link to new friends and new places.
You guys, that's how I feel about uniforms, that they bring people together. It's so sweet to hear that someone is as obsessed with the idea of a uniform as I am.
Later on, someone will notice the space in Pat's teeth.
We're back on the space in Pat's teeth, and you know who it's gonna be who brings it up? Glasses. It's gonna be Glasses who brings it up. I know it is. And Pat, just take her on that magic carpet and then push her off.
The official Girl Scout uniform unites girls within the movement.
All right, so obviously they're showing us some modern Girl Scout uniforms now, and I can totally see why they've moved back from that video in the 50s, a very kind of military-ish and actually mature looking dress, into something that, I mean, there's probably a million Girl Scouts now, so you're gonna have girls of all shapes and sizes and stages of growing up. So moving into a uniform that's more of a simple top and shorts, in this case a white polo or a white t-shirt and khakis, really does make sense. So I see why they went that direction. But they have obviously kept the most important part, yes, the vest and the sash, because why be a Girl Scout if you can't flex? The whole point is flexing your achievements.
It can be a symbol to others of what we value. The power of girls leading together.
Look how decorated they are, and they look so happy and so proud, and these girls are teenagers here. I love it that girls of all ages can enjoy this uniform.
The uniform for teen Girl Scouts is to wear solid white shirts and khaki pants or skirts with their official uniform item, sash or vest.
Like I said, when I look at this picture of them together, they look like a cohesive group, but there is some individuality in the adornment and the patches. You can really look at a Girl Scout right away and tell how accomplished she is. I love that for them.
Wearing a Girl Scout uniform is required when you participate in ceremonies or officially represent the Girl Scout movement.
Well, the brown vests and matching skirts gone, the Girl Scouts of America are updating their look. 3 students from the Fashion Institute of Technology came up with a new wardrobe.
Okay, you guys, twist. Here's a twist. I've changed my mind now. All right, look at this new uniform. So they've got the vest, but now it is a fitted vest, and I can tell by a little bit on the sides that it probably has elastic along the back waist, which is just a great way to have a fitted look, but still keep that front really flat so that they can get all of their patches and medals. And I love the addition of the lilac top underneath. It's got the branding on it, and it just brings in an infusion of color and a great contrast with the army green skirt, which probably comes in shorts too. This is an adorable look. So it says some students from FIT designed this, and I can tell they were really thinking about the girls in their designs. I love this so far.
The designers work to combine the classic Girl Scout uniform with a style that allows more individuality.
Cute! It's pretty obvious that they've decided to make an entire Girl Scout uniform closet, which really makes sense to me because the Girl Scouts are definitely about a group and teamwork. Because of the individual achievements, the Girl Scouts really do focus on every girl's individuality, more so than a lot of other groups and teams do. It's all about the team. And in Girl Scouts, you really do have an opportunity to build yourself up, and that is, I think, what the Girl Scouts are all about, is building up young women. So having this jean jacket and this cute dress, but everything's still really branded, makes it so they can adorn themselves in Girl Scout regalia in their casual times, all the time. So I love this infusion of some individuality and actually maybe a little bit of street style into the Girl Scout uniform. Bravo, this is cute. I would love to see pins and badges all over this jean jacket though. That would be cute.
The new uniform includes a new vest and sash, as well as a variety of crew neck t-shirts.
Adorable. This one, okay, it's gotta be my favorite because it's a little bit of old and a little bit of new. So this is a simple t-shirt, but it has got a very kind of seafoam color, which is a very standout color that I don't even know is in their branding, but I'm glad that they're, like I said, doing an infusion of color and a really pretty color that's very feminine too. So they've incorporated a cute little skirt. It's probably a skort that's got the Girl Scout branding on it too. That looks so fun to wear, and leggings. Who doesn't love to have leggings underneath? And it's important to have a uniform that these girls can, you know, get rough and tough with, because it's not like the 50s where I think the only Girl Scout achievements were cooking, sewing, reading, things like that. Now the girls are getting out there and doing all kinds of things. Archery, angling, I mean, a million different different patches that you can get, the same as the boys, right? So I love that they've made this uniform that looks really comfortable and cute, that a girl would love to wear, but they still got that sash because they know that that is the key. That's the most important thing. Flexing those achievements and just getting better and better every year, all the time. I love the Girl Scouts of America, and I really think that this uniform closet that they're developing is going to give an incredible look to the Girl Scouts going forward. So, what do I give the uniform for the Girl Scouts of America? I give it 4 Reviewnicorns. Yes, I give it 4. It is so nostalgic. When you look at that uniform, I mean, it has changed so much over the years, so I really can't give it a 5. When I give something a 5, it's because it has just stood the test of time for hundreds of years, and that uniform really looks like the DNA like it did in the beginning. So I would say that the Girl Scout uniform, definitely with keeping the sash and keeping the patches, has kept some of the DNA of the uniform, but the idea that they have added a uniform closet and made uniforms and streetwear and clothing that the girls can wear and still keep within their theme and their pride and their feeling about being a Girl Scout, I just think is brilliant for this particular group. It definitely works for me. All right, what do you have next for me? Okay, so I know who this is. I know what this is. These, I'm already flustered, you can tell. These are the Spanish Legion soldiers, and they are known for being absolutely hot. We're about to see why. I can tell in the first frame. Are you just gonna give me a bunch of slides of just hot guys to look at? Okay, we're gonna try to concentrate on the uniform, but let's just look a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna stop being thirsty for just like 1 minute. All right, so we can see that this is a pretty simple uniform. It's got a capini. I believe that's what this is called. If I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments, which I love. I love being right, and I'm okay with being wrong. So they've got the hat and a matching shirt and pant, which are in khaki-ish sage green color. And they've got a black belt and suspenders. Now, this is a fairly simple uniform, but as you can tell, they have jazzed it up, they have sexed it up, they have given it some extra flair that you wouldn't see in a normal uniform. So the thing that stands out the most probably is the neckline on their shirts. You can tell by the cut of the collar. Collars usually have a notch that comes in that when you button it, it shows where the collar comes down. This ain't got no notches. This is just straight from the collar all the way down, and they're like, let the chest hair out. They're like, we are the Spanish Legion. And I'm assuming most of the men here are Spaniards, and so you've obviously got a very good looking group of people. Yeah, they're just letting their chest out, and their jewelry too. They can have visible tattoos and jewelry everywhere. So from my observations, the Spanish Legion is a little bit laxed when it comes to this particular uniform, and I'm not mad at it. Usually I'd be real mad. You know how I like uniform standards. I like everything perfect, but for some reason I'm not mad, and I can't imagine why. One thing that is bothering me here is that I see one of these guys with a silver belt buckle and the other guys have gold, so I'm not sure why, but that is standing out to me. Why is he wearing a different belt buckle than everybody else? Yeah, let's see some more. Okay, y'all are just gonna keep showing me slides of hot guys. This picture is showing us the suspenders and close-up of the shirts, or of how they're doing their cuffs on their shirts. And obviously there isn't a uniform standard when it comes to how many times or how you're supposed to roll the cuffs up, because homeboy right here has just got his as tight on his bicep as he possibly can. And if I was a guy and I looked like that, I'd be doing the same damn thing. I mean, wow. Whew. Maybe I am a little thirsty. Hold on. Real quick, is it La Croix or La Croix? La Croix or La Croix? Either way, not sponsored, just a big fan. But La Croix, hit me up. Back to the biceps, I mean the uniform. So let's get to these leather suspenders. It does not look like they don't hold any tactical gear, like it's not holding like a magazine of bullets or any type of, utility items for them. And also they've got a nice wide belt. Suspenders are supposed to hold up your pants. So it's like either belt or suspenders. It's usually not both. So I believe that the suspenders, especially how they've got them fashioned underneath their epaulets, it's probably something that's just for looks. That's just to make this uniform look amazing. And I can tell you that it's working. It's working for me. Homie's just like, get up in there. Get up in this chest hair. It's giving Magnum PI. It's giving Mitch Buchanan. It's giving Baywatch. It's giving 70s. And he's got his necklace on. The other guys are like unbuttoned down to here. Homeboy is like all the way down to his waist almost. And I am not mad at him. Do your thing, bruh. Okay, I get it. They're hot and their shirts are tight. I do really like seeing a close-up look at the decorations, and you can tell the guy on the right is definitely decorated. He's got his medals on, and it does make this kind of, I guess you would say, boring, kind of one-tone, one-note uniform really stand out. So, hot guy over here, you need to get your medals up, get your points up, get your rank up. Y'all, they are proud. They love this look, and I guarantee you the people love to see them march in this look as well. This is giving me all types of the feels. And the chin strap is made to go underneath the chin, but I love it how they just got it right here. Very intimidating looking. I don't know exactly why they do that, but it's kind of a badass look with their head back. Very nice. These guys have got on something a little different. We've got a group of guys who are wearing white gloves, and then a guy next to him who is very decorated with his ropes here, and he's got on these large kind of superhero looking gauntlets. You see the ones that are black and yellow and red, and I think those look really, really cool, especially when he's marching. I almost wish that the entire group of guys had those gauntlets, or at least had the gloves, because the way they're marching, it would look really cool seeing the white gloves go up and down in unison. I'm feeling the gauntlets. I'm feeling the superhero ting, ting, ting gauntlets. Boots! Why am I excited about boots? Because it was just a few videos ago. If you watch, you've got to go watch the Swiss Guard video, where the Swiss Guard has the most elaborate uniform you've ever seen. And then they just happen to be wearing a simple penny loafer, a simple dress shoe, not a military boot. So it's a small thing, but I am very happy to see soldiers in military boots. They should always be ready to go for combat, because you never know. Now I'm seeing something in this group shot that I don't like. So they're all marching and they've got their weapons here. Okay, everything's in unison except for one thing. Can you guess what it is that I'm seeing that I don't like? It's the colors. This uniform seems pretty simple to get right. You've got a sage green shirt and the kind of khaki-ish sage green pants. And I am seeing several colors here. I'm seeing something that's a little bit gray. I'm seeing something that's definitely more green. I'm seeing an army green, and then I'm seeing a sage. So I'm just seeing shades all over the place of the what's supposed to be green, as well as I'm seeing guys in what looks like the pewter or silver belt buckle and gold, and they're all mixed together. So this is frustrating to me, because especially when you see them marching in a group, you will notice the differences of them standing out against one another. So that is disappointing, really, although they are looking really good in these pants, the way they have them cut. I will admit that. But the colors are killing me. A military should be able, in the very least, to get their fabric and their colors to be uniform and congruent. That takes away a point for sure for me. So what did we think of the Spanish Legion soldiers? I think their uniform is really classically simple, but the way that they're wearing it is what makes it special. They've got the rolled up sleeves, that unique collar that just lets all the chest hair and the medallions and the tattoos hang out. Is it how our military in the US here rolls? No. Everything is very straight, very buttoned up, literally, and very uniform, but I like their style. I like what they're doing. It's obviously working for them, and it really makes them stand out. I'm sure that they have their combat uniform when it's time to get dead serious, but this dress uniform is pretty hot. So how many REVIEWNIFORMS do I give the Spanish Legion soldiers? 4 REVIEWNIFORMS. I want to give them 5 because it's so unique and they're so hot, but I just cannot get on board with that last part that I saw where all the uniforms were all different colors. They look great individually, but then you put them all together and having that color difference is kind of ragtag, and that is definitely not something I want to see in my military. That's why we're stuck at 4. All right, I'm ready for the next one.
The next item is the service dress whites.
Hello, it's our US Navy soldiers. Love, love, love this. Obviously our military, each branch has several different uniforms, but for the Navy, I guess today we are going through their service dress white uniform. And this is the one, when you think of the Navy, this is what I think of. I think of this one and actually the Navy colored one, because it's just like cute little sailor boy. Oh, I love, I love.
You'll notice as I take these out, they are folded inside out to keep the integrity of the main crease in the front, and then especially the 3 creases on the back collar.
That is so interesting. Okay, so the 3 sharp creases on the back collar. I can see why they've got the creases in the shirt so it stays very starched and kind of even across the seam, but I'm curious about the 3 very distinct creases that they have on the sailor collar. I think that's definitely what it is. We call it a sailor collar that flips to the back. Why the 3 creases? Very interesting.
They're very tight, crisp creases, which is part of the tradition of the uniform.
They're very tight, crisp creases. Who doesn't love a tight, crisp crease? Hi. I'm a 13-year-old boy. I have the humor of a 13-year-old boy. Send help.
To have a neat appearance while you're wearing the uniform.
All right, so as I look at this uniform as a group, it brings me joy, to be honest. First of all, I'm seeing men and women in this military. In so many militaries, we just see like a bunch of guys. So I'm seeing like a cross section of America here, which is really cool. This uniform is so distinctive in its design. I absolutely love the navy neckerchief because it brings in some color to this very stark white uniform. And it's navy, so they need some navy in it. Get it? I don't know if that's why they did it, but that's why I would have designed it that way. So the neckerchief is so distinct, and that collar with the stripes, it just brings this clean, crisp look to them, which I know is what they're going for, which is why this uniform is all white and starched to the gods.
The service dress white trousers as well are also folded inside out because the creases on each side of the leg, as worn, the creases go in instead of out.
Okay, that is peculiar. That's something I didn't know. So the creases, which are usually pointed out, they're laid flat and you iron flat on the outside of a garment. So it gives a nice slim look. That's the whole point of a crease, to kind of give a nice, as you're looking at it, slim look to a pant. But these have the creases on the sides and they are inverted. And I believe that this is a design choice to make the pants look a little more full, a little bit more rounded and blousy. Probably more of a modernized look to, if I think back to very, very old pictures of soldiers, they're wearing something similar, but they've got big pants that are rounded, kind of barrel looking, and some of them even with the bell bottom. I think the creases on the outside were definitely to give a more rounded look that kind of is a throwback nod to the old uniform. Very cool, very good idea.
Which is why they're folded inside out. So the male version of the service dress white trousers for males have both belt loops and 2 front pockets and 2 back pockets. The female version does not have any belt loops or pockets.
As we say in Texas, why don't the women's uniforms have belt loops or pockets? Yes, I know we carry around our stuff in purses, but let me just make a blanket statement here to all male designers and all uniform designers out there in the world. If you can hear me, we love a pocket. I mean, it's 2024. I want to put my phone in there. Yeah, I'm kind of bitter about the pocket thing. It's fine though. Let's move on. I digress.
So the service dress whites, you wear black Oxford shoes. There's a couple other components to these service dress whites, which is the neckerchief, which gets tied underneath the collar and then in front into a square knot. And then also the white hat, also known more commonly as the Dixie cover.
I was about to say, I spent a little bit of time with a lot of soldiers, and I have, but that is because I've been lucky enough to go on some USO tours. And I believe that the tradition of this hat, it's to catch water. I'm almost sure. Hopefully he's gonna tell us.
It was introduced while sailors were in tropical climates, and then they were actually able to fold the brim down.
Fold the brim down for shade.
So they could dissipate any water.
Oh, I was right. Yes, it's so that they could catch the water in there and then flip it down and let the water go. The US military is so smart. They think of everything. When you can think of something that's useful and make it cute, oh, that's like two powers colliding.
As well as if it's up, so it could be used to collect water, and then the sailors could drink from their covers. To stay hydrated in those climates.
That is so smart. It's used to collect and flip down to get rid of excess water, but you can also collect water in it and use it for drinking water. Snaps to our US military uniform designers. Whoever thought of that back in the day, you're a real one.
Is it one size fits all?
It's not one size fits all. It's sized while they're here, then you can adjust the size as needed in the future. They do have to be replaced quite often.
How do you keep that uniform so white?
That's what I'm wondering. That uniform is crisp as hell. This is the cleanest thing I've ever seen. How do they keep it so white?
Very carefully. It's whenever you drink coffee, for example, you got to lean forward and hold your neckerchief, and you don't really want to sit down. Everyone's pretty afraid to sit down and ruin their dress white uniform because it is very hard to keep clean.
Oh yeah, I really like how they've got some of the guys here with the sabers and the spats. So that's just taking this uniform up to be a little bit more formal. Yeah, I like it. I like the little additions and adding the white belt so it has the holder for their sables. Yeah, that looks super clean.
Every service member is responsible for their own upkeep, whether that's bringing it to a dry cleaner or cleaning it themselves.
So that's the answer. They just have to keep it clean at all costs and iron it themselves or send it to the cleaners. I can only imagine if you've got like a real stickler for a commanding officer who's just looking at every inch of that thing. Whew, that is a tough one to keep clean. Bravo to you guys. So what do I think of the US Navy service dress whites? Come on, five REVIEWNIFORMS. This uniform is so cool and distinct. It's so amazing that people dress up like this for Halloween, and you know that's how you know when you've got a cool uniform, when everybody wants to look like you. And the look of this uniform is steeped in tradition, but obviously made with little bitty tweaks to make it modernized. But if you put a guy from today in a picture with a guy from, 50 years ago, they're gonna look like that same very cool, very clean, very crisp Navy soldier. And I just love that for them, and I love it for us because we're the ones who get to be protected by these guys. USA, 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 USA. All right, guys, I want to know what you think of the Girl Scout uniforms, the US Navy uniforms, or do you just want to bury yourself in the chest hair soldiers like I do? Comment down below. I want your opinions. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time there's a new REVIEWNIFORMS video. And don't forget the most important thing, it's okay to judge uniforms, but not people. Love everyone.